Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super excited to have you here. We are going to dive right in with your reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you are a subscriber or someone that regularly comments, likes, and shares, thank you so much for your support on this channel. I do deeply appreciate it. I am going to have a little bit of a message at the end of the reading if you're interested in that. Just a little story. But we're going to jump right in with your reading, Pisces. I hate long introductions. For Pisces, for Pisces, for Pisces. Wow, okay. How ironic. I feel like what I was going to talk to you guys about at the end of the reading is actually coming out in your cards, which is so interesting because I felt so guided to share this with you in my meditation. And a lot of times, you know, that's where I'm tapping into your energy before I even get into the reading. So interesting. You guys have look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. Look deep within your heart. You will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. And freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So guys, I am just going to touch on this story as much as I can just touch on this story. It is a pretty big thing. Yesterday I got a comment on my, and it totally pertains to this energy, okay? And I think it's highly illuminative if you can stick with me through it. Otherwise, just fast forward till you see me diving into these cards. But yesterday there was a comment, someone wrote the comment that I used a very clumsy metaphor and all it did was expose the fact that I know nothing about the way the universe works. And that I'm like basically wrong in what I think, feel, and believe. And this can be a very triggering experience. And as a Pisces, you know, I feel like this is why I was going to share this, or why I felt guided to really share this at the end of the reading, is because you guys are highly intuitive and you do sort of sometimes march to the beat of your own drum. And I'm sure you have been told to straighten up or be correct or go with along with the grander scheme of things and just fit in and, you know, whatever, probably many times in your life, or you have at least felt the pressure to do that. And, you know, when you know that I grew up in a narcissistic household where, you know, I was gaslit and told that, you know, the things I thought and felt and believed were not true or didn't happen, or, you know what I mean? Like whatever it was that, you know, that person needed to say to get out of being responsible for anything. And so when someone says that, it can be a bit triggering. Like it can remind you of all the other times, right, that someone has said that or tried to make you feel that way or whatever. But I have actually traveled very far and consulted many different spiritual people of many different, you know, walks of life and faith, and, you know, from monks to, you know, just a lot of people, okay, because I've been on this quest for a while. And and what I have been able to discern for myself is that we are all consciousness. We are all our own consciousness, and we are experiencing a greater consciousness. And we are all basically a perspective. Like if you think of it in terms of the world and all the people living in the world, each one of us living beings is a perspective of this exact moment in time. And so no two of us are going to have the same experience, the same perspective. And that's really quite a beautiful thing. It allows us to be multidimensional. And as long as we are open to accepting that all of these perspectives are valid, whether or not we agree with them, whether or not they are like us, whether or not, you know, anything like that, that that perspective is that perspective, and that there is something to be learned, something to be gained from that perspective. Okay. And even if like you'll watch psychics or if you study any of those kinds of things and you see psychics sit down, they will frequently ask each other questions like, what is your experience of this? How does this message come to you? Where are you, where do you sit on this thought or on this theory or on this idea? Like, they have tapped in and they openly acknowledge that there are multiple ways of seeing the thing or multiple ways of experiencing the thing. And the true seeker is curious about what that is and what that experience is for each person. I never on this channel want to be like, I know everything. I know better than you. I'm tapped into something that you can't tap into. No. It's quite the opposite. The reason that I have this channel is because I'm exploring my sixth sense. I am, and you all play a vital role in that through your comments, through your confirmations, through our exchanges. But I totally believe that you tap into the same stuff I'm tapping into or are capable of it. And that your perspective, your observation of it is equally valid as mine. And so when someone comes at you, Pisces, and they challenge your intuition, or they tell you the way you experience something or how you felt about something or whatever isn't valid or isn't true or is just an example of how unqualified you are or how, whatever. We all have insecurity, or we all have some, triggerish experience within ourselves of where someone told us we weren't valid or we weren't worthy or we were an imposter or we were this or we were that. And, we have to be so careful because when I'm very fortunate because in the very beginning of my spiritual journey, one of the first things that I learned was that the goal was to like open up and let go of all of those triggers. So when those triggers happen, it's really important to investigate and see what is that triggering within me and how am I doing with that? How is the healing process going? Have I really released it? Have I really let it go? And, when you are able to stay calm and you're able to breathe and you're able, because this is going to happen to you, especially in love, especially if you've been hurt, you're going to have moments where someone says something to you or where you start to feel really insecure in your relationship or, lots of different things. And the calmer you can stay, the more that you can breathe and the more that you can say, okay, I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? Let's investigate. The more opportunity you are giving yourself to release those barriers that we've built against love that we carry within us. And that's what I see here is you're ultimately searching for your freedom from the things that would weigh you down, the things that would prevent you from being able to give and receive love. And we do that we do that in many, many ways, but one of the greatest teachers in this world is our own trigger, is our own feeling that we get in response to being told something. And, in some ways I could turn around and judge the person that wrote the comment and say, well, you are not very spiritually enlightened because X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? Or I could just say, thank you, namaste, you know what I mean? You are my teacher today. You have triggered me, I actually really didn't get triggered, but I did observe that there was a kind of a physical response to it. And then I was able to investigate and see it so clearly. And so it was actually a gift to me, almost of me being able to acknowledge my own healing and my own, having overcome something that has been, a great source of learning for me in my life. And so anyway, I just really, I wanted to share that with you as an example of kind of when you start to feel that way, when you have that response, when you start to feel like that panic of I've got to change something immediately. I've got to know something immediately. I've got to this immediately, you know, that feeling of anxiousness and panic. Instead of trying to solve it outside yourself, look within yourself and examine what is causing you to feel this way. Is it this moment? Is it that this moment is reminding me physically of another moment? Is it that I am used to a pattern of trauma and my body has this trauma that wants to come out? And even though I'm not experiencing anything traumatic on the outside, I can feel something building inside. And in order to release it, I have to create something outside, or I have to start something with someone outside in order to be able to get this out of my system. Like, investigate. And when we investigate, we're giving ourselves that opportunity to release ourselves for the long term of something that would seek to prevent us from having what we want. And, you know, with this acceptance card, we're never gonna, I can't have a YouTube channel and leave my comments open and feel that no one's ever gonna say something that's gonna trigger me. I can't do it. So what I can do is I can come to a place of acceptance that it will happen, and that each and every time it does happen, it is my teacher. It is a gift. And it is not within my control. The only thing that is within my control is that I can then take that and I can utilize it to make myself bigger, better, and stronger, you know, and learn and learn myself. And really what it is letting go. And I can also accept that that person has a valid perspective of the universe. I don't need to change them. And I'm in no way trying to impress upon you that this is the way the universe works. This is what I believe and how I feel after, you know, my life experience and my teachings and the people that I have come across. But I encourage you all to have your own journey and to make your own discoveries and to learn yourself. Because wow, you know, it says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. You with you and the divine for you. You are the divine. You are the divine loving itself. All right, so I guess that message really wanted to come out and it wanted to make sure it was heard and it didn't want to wait till the end of the reading. So there it is. But all of these things, when we do that, when we breathe and we relax into the moment and we investigate, we're setting ourselves free. We can't control what has been done to us. We can't control that we've been traumatized or that we've been hurt or that we've experienced things that were not fair or things that were cruel or unkind. But what we can do is we can take our freedom back. We can say, you know what, I refuse to carry this burden any further. And I'm going to keep investigating and keep investigating and keep releasing and keep releasing and keep opening up and keep saying yes to life. All right. Wow. Oh my gosh. You guys, I swear. Oh my gosh, you guys have something major coming in. And I mean, I feel like I've been telling you this a lot lately, but you have, wow, you Pisces, this is a pretty remarkable energy. I feel like you're being led to a really seriously important relationship in your life. And it says a romantic or business opportunity is indicated. For some of you, it could even be both. But this is, you have on the bottom of the deck, charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Yeah, I feel like, you know, if there are little things that happen or little comments that come up along the way or things that feel like they're starting to go in a direction you don't want to go, your thoughts are a very powerful tool in your life. And if you don't let your thoughts go that direction, if you instead say, okay, let me look at this. All right, how can I turn this around? How can I use this for my benefit? Where is the gift? Because there is one in every single moment, no matter how dark it feels, there is one in every single moment. And it says your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful. And this is kind of a message that's been coming out a lot for you guys, Pisces, is, you know, really truly tapping into your intuition, really truly trusting its guidance and the way that it's taking you, and acting upon those messages that you're receiving. You know, if you're getting a message, hey, go out to dinner, or hey, you know, go pick up a cup of coffee, or stop by the library on your way home and get a book. Do those things. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to come across. You don't know what thing will be on that path that is going to be meant for you, you know, and meant for this moment. You also have key, new beginnings, directions, and adventures are waiting for those ready to let go of the past. Yeah, we're getting freedom from these barriers that we have built within us against anything that we want. You know, through trauma, through difficult experiences, through suffering. We're letting them go, and we're freeing ourselves from them, and that is what's freeing up space here for this new beginning with the key. And it does feel like it's very significant. This could definitely be a lifelong partner that you have coming in here, Pisces. All right. Pisces, I'm just going to clarify. Okay. All right, so this is definitely a relationship that we're talking about here. And this relationship may have been very triggering for you, Pisces. You may have been dealing with someone who really had... For some of you, you may have been dealing with someone who really, really, really struggled with depression. And it came out in the form of anger. You know, when all we really want to do is stay in bed and you know, that's all we feel like we have even the energy to do. And yet life says, get up, you have to go to work, you have to pay your rent, you have to do this, you have to do that. And you have to sort of push through it. It does bring on some kind of anger here. And, you know, because you're just, why do I have to feel this way? Why do I have to feel this way and pretend that I don't feel this way? Or why do I have to feel this way and like keep going when I don't have the strength and when I don't feel like I can? You know, anger isn't a root emotion. It comes from fear. It comes from sadness. It comes from something else. And when we trace it back, you know, I feel that it comes from despair here of just, it's almost the energy of like, I just don't know what to do. You know, I don't know how to fix it within myself. I don't know how to fix it outside myself. I don't know how to fix the situation. And I feel like this person is someone who, it does feel like they may have emotions that are somewhat up and down or somewhat unstable, or sort of, you know, if you're not really able to process your own emotions, if you're not really able to like work through things in a way where you can really just be the observer of it, when you're really personalizing it and really taking it on and really feeling that energy and getting lost and sort of stuck in there, it becomes overwhelming very quickly. And it feels like this person lashes out and in order to kind of make their emotions someone else's problems. So like the sadness that they're feeling, they pass it on to someone else because they can't feel it. It's like a hot coal and they don't want to deal with it anymore. So they pass it on and then they can feel better. You have this energy of, it says the chaser, and it says fear of abandonment, chasing codependencies, and that's on irresponsible. This feels like someone who can't really take accountability for their behavior and can't really process their own emotions. So they may have put this all onto you, Pisces, at some point. They may have sort of, hoped that, if they have a fear of abandonment, and that's what's sort of at the root of this, they've been abandoned, they've been neglected, they don't understand how to have boundaries in relationships or boundaries across the board. They probably don't have boundaries in their workplace. They probably don't have boundaries in their family. They probably, they're lacking boundaries everywhere with this codependency. Then what makes them feel better is the thought that there is someone out there who will not abandon them, who will chase them, who is kind of always pursuing them. Then they can't be alone because there's always this energy following them, chasing them, pursuing them, right? I feel like this person, you have manipulation on the bottom of the deck, and this card just gets me every single time. Let me tell you what it says. I know what you want, manipulation. This can be someone who's like, I know that what you want is like a long-term, solid, and stable relationship. So I'll keep letting you believe that I'm capable of that, or that that's where this is going, or whatever. I'll use that to get to you. Or it's even like the grosser sense of it can sometimes be like, I will tell you that it is your fault that that this hasn't become that that is what I want too, but that it hasn't happened because it's your fault. That's like gaslighting. That's like narcissism. I mean, it in reality, there's a balance there. So I don't know if this person is in a deep healing process where they are trying to figure out their own stability, their own security, like to figure out how to sort of better manage. You have both of these cards here with these stones stacked on top of each other. And that's kind of, very like representational of life, right? That, we're kind of dealing with what we have and what life is giving us. And we're sort of trying to make the best of it and to use it to our highest and best, to grow and to learn and to become. And it feels like, this person, there's something here where I don't know if they feel guilty, that's not out here, but, I don't know. It feels like something has brought this person to a point. They may just honestly have reached a point of desperation where they're like, I can't do this anymore. And this is why suffering is such a powerful teacher. Because if suffering is the root cause of your behavior, and you're like, you passing the hot coal off to someone else isn't really working for you, or it's only a temporary fix, and it's actually causing you more suffering because maybe that's someone that you actually wanted in your life or really enjoyed having in your life, or really loved, and you've pushed them away in an attempt to relieve yourself temporarily of some emotion that you don't want to hold and you don't know how to process in a healthy way, then you do reach a point of desperation where you're just, it says on the card, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep either putting Pisces through this, or I can't keep putting myself through this. I have to choose differently. And when we make that choice, when we say to ourselves, no more, I'm not going to carry on in this pattern. This pattern is not suiting me. This pattern is not getting me anywhere closer to what I'm hoping for, what I'm dreaming about, or what vision I hold for myself. Then that's when you'll say, okay, I need to heal. And that's why you have the Tower card and then the Star card in the Major Arcana. Everything sort of falls apart and we hit that sort of like quote unquote rock bottom, and then we're ready to say, all right, there has to be a different way, there has to be a better way, and we open ourselves up to that divinity, that energy of healing, that energy of, believing that we can experience something different in this life, and that what we have to do is heal and release and let go of these things that we have pushed down inside ourselves that keep coming up. And we have to learn how to process that. We have to learn how to let it go. It's crazy to me how this reading keeps coming back around to this same idea. And let me tell you, if this is something that is really resonating with you, I highly recommend that you either put in your YouTube search bar or your Google search bar, Tara, T-A-R-A, Brach, B-R-A-C-H, and then the word rain, R-A-I-N, in all capital letters. It will unlock something incredible for you, or it could. And we're all different, so we're all going to respond differently to things. But I think it's a pretty powerful teaching, and she's been teaching it for a long time. A lot of people have gotten help from it. All right, so let's dive into the tarot. So I feel like Pisces, I feel like you're sort of moving in a direction in your life. I actually, with the snake card here and the key card here, I feel like there is even some possible excitement about the possibilities in your life. I feel like your person, though, maybe having a bit of, possibly things falling apart. But they fall apart so that they can fall together, right? So let's look at the tarot here. Yeah. We're healing some kind of misalignment within us. So this can be you, this can be your person. It can also be mirrored energy, or kind of both people. With Temperance, this is an energy of Sagittarius. You also have the Queen of Wands here. This is like real deep healing, because as you can see, Temperance has this light, and it's looking at the Seven of Swords, which really can be representational of our thoughts and our words that don't align with what we are really hoping to receive. And it's kind of like this understanding that Temperance has, is that I know that this is what I have to fix. This is what I have to bring into the light and release in order to be able to receive what it is I want. And that's that feeling of desperation and overwhelm of what I have been doing to survive is not working for me. It will never bring me the opportunity to thrive, to really, really have this vision that I hold for myself. So with Temperance, this is really representational of a deep, deep, long-term kind of feeling. Wow. Okay. So I am just going to take one on this. Yeah, Pisces, this is like a clarify. Reading, I feel like. Yeah. Okay. Pisces, so obviously the thoughts that are misaligned are coming from a space of fear. They're coming from a place of fear and anxiety. This may be someone who actually may have some sort of insomnia, because I am really drawn to the darkness in both of these cards. It could also just be an energy that, like, where these thoughts are representational of something that comes from a deeper, darker place within them. That it has been something that they've sort of been hiding from or avoiding, but that, like, it's like it may come up nightly for this person, or it comes up very regularly. This person experiences this. With the Temperance is being clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and Temperance again on the bottom of the deck. So this is saying to me, this person may have really wanted to reconcile with you. There can be a third party here where that third party may be representational of something lower vibrational within this person. It can be where that person doesn't really ask much of this person. They just sort of want to have a good time, or it's like a more superficial thing, or it could even almost be more like a friendship or a relationship of convenience or something. It's like it could be very representational of this person before they were really ready to explore their emotions, where they just sort of wanted to avoid having to feel much, and they wanted to just sort of celebrate, or have someone to go through life with, to have fun with, sort of more. But you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. It probably is not a very loving, like unconditionally loving space. It may be that this person is actually experiencing a lot of feelings, and because they have partnered up with someone who also doesn't want to really experience feelings, it may be problematic for the relationship. Whenever someone has a kind of, when someone is like, well, now I want to talk about feelings, or I try to talk about feelings with this person's like, oh no, come on, let's just go out and have a good time, or here, drink this, you'll forget about it, or you know what I mean? It's like that works for a while when you're in that energy, but when you come to this space of realizing that you can't keep going on like that, and that you got to do something different, and that person is still in that energy, and it's almost like a kind of a rude awakening of like, oh wow, I picked this, and this is what I wanted at the time, but this isn't working for me, and it's not working for me, you know what I mean? And it's not gonna work with me. So it's like I either have to figure out how to continue to exist within this space in the same old way, without growing, without healing, without getting to a better spot with myself, or I have to go my own way, kind of, with the Knight of Cups. I have to follow my heart. I have to follow this journey for myself on my own. And with Temperance coming out twice, and it being what we're clarifying, I do feel like this person is choosing a deep healing path. I honestly feel with this person, like, I can't take it anymore. You can only stay in this energy for so long. And, the universe, we have free will, so whether we decide to deal with our shadow or not is up to us. But the universe can continuously put towers in front of our face, can, plant, kind of like experiences or thoughts, or, different things that can sort of make it so it's almost impossible to avoid looking at it. And then we have to make like kind of a more serious decision of, are we going to take bigger steps to avoid this, or are we going to uncover it and just look at it and deal with it? It's like a major life moment opportunity there. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening here. And what this person wants is peace in their mind. They're someone that I feel like has had a very, very busy mind, body, and that has perpetuated the suffering, perpetuated the wounding, and has sort of made this person be in an energy that's pretty unstable, where, they just feel really desperate. Like, I don't, it may even be to the point where it's like, I don't even want to go to bed. They may like watch TV until they pass out or something like that, because their thoughts, just when it comes to going to bed, are just so intense, and they are so draining and exhausting. This person may even wake up in the morning and feel like, I didn't even sleep last night, because it just takes so much energy to deal with that many thoughts. And with the Six of Swords, it's like, I just want relief from what? From this. from all of this crap that I've been holding on to, that I haven't been able to let go, that makes me feel all over the place and up and down. And sometimes I may have good days some days, but I'm always going to have bad ones. I'm always going to end up in this space of self-defeating thoughts. And it's like, no matter how hard I try to fight it, I'm not happy. I need to have success and victory. This has to end. Wow. Underneath the world card, Temperance. All right. Sagittarius season may be significant, may be important if you're not dealing with a Sag. You may have Sagittarius in your... Wow. Holy crap. You may have Sagittarius significant in your chart. Sorry. You have the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant here. With the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. You know, the Queen of Swords with the Hierophant is obviously a spiritual ascension. And the Queen of Swords is an energy of reception. And so, you know, in order to be able to receive, you have to clear the clutter. You have to make space. You have to be an open vessel. And it feels like this, the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Swords is like this closed loop of thoughts that are based on fear and anxiety. And, you know, just it's feeding upon itself. And, you know, with the Lovers, this is a strong choice, and this can be a strong choice that is brought about by a connection, by a very strong soulmate connection. You know, it can be even, you know, a lesson that is coming up for this person in the form of this relationship, or, you know, in kind of being triggered by actually wanting to feel, you know, something other than the despair and the fear and the anxiety. With the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant, this person is open to a higher level of thinking than they were in the past. And this person has, you know, cleared space and is replacing it with something healthier. Also, with the Queen of Swords, this person may be really learning how to very strongly hold a boundary and to not give in. They may also be really in an energy of discernment where they are really observing and knowing what is in their highest and best and what is not, and they may be cutting things off and out of their life. The Queen of Swords can be a very harsh energy, but it's usually very... when it's upright, it's really based on, I'm seeing things very clearly now, like I can't be messed with. Okay, 3 10s. That's just literally insane. But definitely this is where it ends. This is some kind of ending. So this person with the Queen of Swords, this person is really understanding and having a very clear vision that what they actually want is to experience emotional contentment with another person. And what is really being brought to the forefront of their attention is the barriers that they have built within themselves against this, you know. And, you know, the 10 is this beautiful energy of the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So it holds a tremendous amount of hope and possibility and potential in its own way, because every ending is a new beginning. And when we're ending something for our own highest and best, when we are saying, okay, no more, again, with this 10 of Wands and with the Queen of Swords, I'm getting holding barriers. So like if this is someone who was really controlled by their family, like couldn't really be in this relationship because their family didn't approve, or because, you know, it didn't go along with something, they are ready to protect their own sovereign right to their own happiness, or to their own spiritual path, or their own spiritual growth here. It's like holding up a wall of defense. It may even be like, I'm just not going to let you see what I'm working on or what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. With the 10 of Swords, like this is a pretty profound energy, especially given the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Swords that we saw up here. Because, you know, sword cycles are really traumatic. They are really, really difficult. And they are a lot of times completely taking place within us, and other people may not even really be aware. They may see it in our behavior or hear it in the things that we say, that we have a scarcity mindset, or that we keep revisiting thoughts that are not in our highest and best. But for the most part, you know, no one really knows, you know, that we were up for 8 hours last night worrying about things that may never come to pass. And, you know, fearing all kinds of things, like letting fear get the best of us. And this is where we're saying, you know what, this is too draining. I can't keep on this path. I have to make a different decision. I have to find another way. And this 10 of Swords energy feels like it's leading to this, you know, Queen of Swords, Hierophant energy, where it's like, all right, you know, I must, you know, if what I want is to ever experience emotional contentment with another human being, then what I must do is seek all the barriers I have built within myself against it and let go of this way of thinking. And this is my choice. This is my powerful, profound choice to choose freaking love. And you know, guys, it does happen. You know what I mean? I like, it does happen. And I feel like right now in history and in time is one of those times where it definitely can happen. You know, I just feel that energy a lot out there. So you here you have 2 9s. So we had like the 3 10s, which is crazy. I don't know if that's ever happened to me before in a reading. I can't say for sure. But definitely, and guys, if you see 10 10 or 10 10 10 or whatever, some arrangement of those numbers, you know, think about become conscious of what you're thinking at the time. You know, is it serving your highest and best? What is it about? You know, you might even want to write those things down. You have the Hermit, and you have the 3 of Coins, and you have the 9 of Swords. So what is this person really afraid of? What is it that is causing all of this fear? And it seems to be that this person may even have some sort of energy about them where they have only ever been able to rely on themselves, or that they have not ever really been able to trust someone to really also hold a vision or a plan. For some of you, this may be someone who's been divorced, or someone whose parents really abandoned them or neglected them, or just weren't really able to show up for them. It may also even be someone who, like, you know, it's true that their parents weren't really there for them or really didn't show up for them, but they may still be trying to honor their parents, or their family, or an ex, or, you know, they may not really want to say bad things or to even speak the truth or to even talk about it, period. But I feel like this person, when they are really looking deep within themselves as to where this is coming from, or why, you know, they have this kind of trouble when they are trying to trust or develop a relationship with intimacy, or, you know, share an emotional space of contentment with another person. There's something here where they have a real fear of collaboration. They have a real fear of trusting other people, or, you know, believing that the other person is truly sharing their vision and sharing their plan, and is honestly working toward it. And they are taking a look at it. Whether this person is in a relationship or not, they are going through something completely on their own. I feel like they're not really sharing it. With that 10 of Wands, I got this like wall barrier kind of energy of like, I'm just not going to let someone see that I'm actually doing this deep dive within myself, or that I'm actually going through a pretty profound change or an exploration behind the scenes here. So this is someone who's keeping a lot of this to themselves, but they are really looking into this sense of fear in their life. Wow. 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 This person knows what they want from their life. They know, they actually do have a sense of like, I know what I want my life to look like. I know, and it's even, they have a desire to be the sovereign decision maker about their life, about being able to choose what they want, having the freedom, not having to worry about other people or other people's opinions or other people getting involved here. You got the Hermit with the Page of Pentacles with the Lovers. And that is a very intense, profound energy. And that is clarifying the Hermit. And, you know, having seen the Hierophant, having seen all this energy of Temperance, the Queen of Swords even, this person is really getting a lot of clarity on themselves. And this may be something that they have avoided looking at for a very, very, very long time. I feel like this person has a deeper understanding of themselves now than maybe they ever have in their whole life. You know, because the Page of Pentacles is definitely a spiritual lesson, and that being coupled with that Hierophant Queen of Swords energy it's pretty profound. You know, this person, they are learning it and they are integrating it. They are putting it into effect in their life, I guess is what I would say, or like into practice maybe in their life. With the Lovers, it's really showing up in their choices. Their choices are different. They're choosing way, way, way healthier things here. And it does feel like they may be really wanting to choose this relationship, and this may be what has brought a lot of this about. With the Three of Coins being clarified by the Four of Swords and the Two of Cups sideways, this is an energy that's in flux. And this is where, you know, in the Hermit energy, we're shining our light on what is it that causes me to really have this problem. And it may be that every time they thought they were sharing a vision with someone, or that they were working towards something with someone, or that they were part of a real, true collaboration where everyone was in it with the best of intentions and the best of their heart, they found out, no, it's not true. You know, what it's giving me a little bit is how we do this as people. We will think that other people are thinking the same way we're thinking, or that, you know, other people think that like this is appropriate, or, you know, this is how you treat someone that you love. And so then everyone's going to be doing that the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting your own thoughts or your own ideas on other people. It's very dangerous, because the other people don't think the same way you think. And then it's like having this big disillusionment moment of like, oh crap, we were never on the same page, and being really hurt by that. And it could be in really big ways. And it could be like just having been let down in every collaboration that they ever really attempted to have. But they're healing something around relationships, and they're also healing something around their idea of relationships, and whether or not relationships can be healthy and can be intimate and can be trustworthy. And really what that means. And I think part of it, a big part of it for this person, is that they have to hold boundaries. Or even that boundaries are really healthy and helpful in a relationship. Wow, 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 and wow. So you have the Six of Swords with the Seven of Coins with the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This person is mastering their own thoughts. With the King, that is where we master something within ourselves. And with the Swords, this is our own thinking, our own like understanding that, you know, our mind is a puppy and we have to train it, and we're taking control, and now we're in charge. And now everything that we say, everything that we do, it's in alignment with this concept that we are in control of our thoughts, that our thoughts do not control us. And it allows us to be in much greater alignment as a human being, which when we started off this, we had the Seven of Swords, this misalignment. So this is, you know, full circle. And with the Six of Swords, this is someone who is now steering their ship away from danger. They see them, but they're the observer of them, and they're navigating away from them. They're choosing not to have these thoughts. With the 7 of coins here, this person is, there's almost this sense that like, I know I have made a really significant change and I'm sort of waiting to see the rewards of it. For some of you Pisces, this can even be you. And this, like I said, could even be a mirrored experience. But, you know, Pisces, if this is you, it is showing up. Oh my God, literally, I said it is showing up, you know, and I was pointing at the Chariot. When you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this is showing up. This is a pentacle. This is an opportunity showing up in real life. What the heck? So if this is you, Pisces, like if you're relating to this, or if you're like, yeah, that could be me too. This is just confirmation for you that wow, you know, the changing the way you're thinking and making different decisions and becoming the master of your thought and not allowing yourself to really go down the bad paths and to sort of observe, oh yeah, that's a possibility for me here, that I could really go down that path that's going to take me to anxiety and that is really based on fear, or I can just navigate away from it. That you are becoming the master of your thoughts, and this is a very empowering thing, and you are stepping into your power, and you're about to be like hugely rewarded for it. You're going to start seeing it manifest in your real life, as within, so without. With the Magician and the 6 of Swords, this is saying like, I'm in control. You know, I am the alchemist. I am the one that decides, you know, what path I take, where I steer my ship. And when I see these dangerous thoughts creeping up, I am the observer and I steer away from them. That is something that I can do. That is something that I can control, and I'm taking control of my ship. Sidney Poitier, in the book A Measure of a Man, which I highly recommend if you're masculine or feminine, I really loved that book. It's one of my favorite books. He says, you know, it's not about the kind of ship you're sailing. It's about knowing the ship you're sailing and learning how to sail it to the best of your ability. And that's this energy with the Magician and the 6 of Swords. This is huge. Then you have the 7 of Coins with the Queen of Cups. And this is, in time, this materializes in this energy of what we were seeking to begin with. The ability to experience emotional contentment with another person. To love and be loved unconditionally. Now it is something I have to offer. Now it is something I am open to receiving, because I have done this work. I have made this transformation. And here comes the opportunity. Yes. All right, so Pisces, let's get some message cards. All right, if you're dealing with a water sign, I can't reach out. I am waiting patiently. I have trouble with intimacy, and I have too much to lose. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you are getting, I wonder how you feel. Try something you've never done before. The timing is not quite right. I remember every detail of that day. If you're dealing with an earth sign, firm boundaries are needed now. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. You broke my heart. I trusted you. And if you're dealing with an air sign, I can't do this. I don't react when people mention you. I know that I crossed the line with you. I am becoming a better person, and someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. All right, Pisces. Wow. Well, this is what I have for you. And, you know, my story, I really shared in the beginning when the cards came out. And, you know, I always have found for me that illustration is the best teacher, or like, it's not even a teaching thing. It's a understanding thing. And like, it's easier for me to learn it or to understand it or to like see it through a story rather than to have someone just say, this is what you do, you know, A plus B equals C. And so anyway, when these things come up, I like to share them, but this came up in your own story, in your own energy. So Pisces, I hope it helped. I hope it brought you some peace and clarity. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're all just walking each other home, and I'm grateful to be walking with you guys. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.